Hello, it's Alex, the Bookubus. Today I have a very exciting announcement. Old School April is coming up in April and this is hosted by the lovely Kelsi at Slime & Slashers, and for this year she has brought on a bunch of co-hosts including myself. So yeah, I was looking forward to Old School April anyway, but now even more so. And this year's event is going to be, yeah, quite jam-packed full of options and old school goodness. Essentially it is a readathon and watchathon taking place during the whole month of April. But yeah, the general gist is keeping it old school and yeah, just having a great old nostalgic time. So I will get on to the readathon and watchathon prompts shortly, but before I do that I wanted to mention that another part of this year's event is that there are going to be teams. And Kelsi had the idea to do something along the lines of Legends of the Hidden Temple, which is a kids' game show that, I'll be honest, I wasn't familiar with. I did not grow up with this show. It looks like a ton of fun though, and the only like British thing that I could think of that seemed similar was Funhouse, which was amazing and was hosted by this guy with the best mullet of all time. So anyway, Legends of the Hidden Temple. We have split our co-hosts into 3 different teams, and I will run through them and the specific co-hosts for each one. Everyone will be linked below. Please do go check out their videos and subscribe to their channels if you aren't already. So let's go through the teams and the co-hosts. So we have Blue Barracudas, which is Kelsi at Slime & Slashers, me, Elizabeth Sagewood, and Andrew from It Came From The Page. Then we have Silver Snakes, which is made up of Kat's Novel Adventures, Sarah at Thrills and Kills Booktube, and April, who doesn't have a YouTube channel, but she is on Instagram at Apple and Alchemy. And she is hosting an Instagram photo challenge for the month. So yeah, details of that will be below as well. And the third team is Purple Parrots, which includes Katrina Brown, Amy Noel Reads, and Kelly Hooked on Books. So those are the 3 teams, and one of the other elements of this year's Old School April is that you can join a team. So you can take your pick, join any of the teams, doesn't have to be mine, and you will earn points or pendants for any of the challenges and prompts that you complete during the month. And then at the end of the month, Kelsi is going to be hosting a big slumber party, sleepover, extravaganza, and that's going to be on Saturday the 29th of April. And at that point, the 2 teams with the most amount of points are going to go head to head, and it's going to be, yeah, a fight to the death, basically, to see who wins the title of, yeah, I don't think we've even decided, but, you know, Old School April champions. And it's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to join in with Old School April, but you don't want to join in with the teams and the earning of pendants, that is totally fine. You don't have to do that part of the Old School April event. You can just take part in the readathon and watchathon prompts. That is totally fine. That is a lot of fun just in and of itself. This is just an extra thing that has been added on for another level of fun. And before I forget, there is an Old School April Instagram page and a Discord, so links to them will be below, so please do check them out. And the hashtags are Old School April and Old School April 23, so feel free to use them, you know, when you're posting here on YouTube and or on Instagram. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the prompts. So there are readathon prompts, there are watchathon prompts, and then there are a bunch of bonus prompts. So again, if you're joining in with the teams, then any of these prompts that you complete, you will earn a pendant for. So I'm just going to run through the prompts fairly quickly, but I will be sharing my own TBR and TBW a bit nearer the time. And if you do want any suggestions, I can always do a suggestions video as well. Just let me know what you need, what info you want. So, okay, readathon wise, there are 9 prompts plus a bonus prompt. And prompt number 1 is to read any Goosebumps book or a book that fits the theme or vibe of an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? So the specifics of that will be linked below. Prompt number 2 is to read any horror book or middle grade or YA book published or set in the 1980s. Number 3 is to read an animal attack book. Publishing year doesn't matter. Number 4 is nostalgic technology. Read a book featuring older technology on the cover or in the story. So yeah, cassettes, arcade machines, VHS tapes, etc. And the publishing year doesn't matter for that one. Number 5 is mood read. So a book published in or before or set in or before 2003, or just a book with a retro vibe. Number 6 is to read a Fear Street book, Point Horror book, or Christopher Pike book. Number 7 is Teen Witch. Read a book with magic, magical elements, magical items, wizards, witches, cursed objects, etc. Number 8 is to read any horror book, middle grade or YA book, published or set in the 90s. Number 9 is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Read a story or book with a female protagonist or written by a woman, and publishing year doesn't matter. And then there's a bonus/replacement prompt, so you can always, do this as a bonus if you're doing it on top of those 9, or you can switch it out with one of those 9 as a replacement prompt. And this is to read a book with neon on the cover, and the publishing year doesn't matter. Okay, now moving on to the Watchathon. There are 9 Watchathon prompts. Number 1 is to watch a Goosebumps episode. Number 2, watch any 1980s horror movie. Number 3, watch any episode of any Nickelodeon show or watch a Nickelodeon movie. Number 4 is to watch a movie or TV episode set in the 80s or 90s, or watch a newer adaptation of an old school movie, show or book. Number 5 is Mood Watch, and you can watch anything from 2003 or earlier. Number 6 is to watch an episode of any Disney Channel show or a Disney movie from the 90s or early 2000s, but nothing after 2003. Number 7 is to watch any 80s movie or TV show episode. Number 8 is to watch any 90s horror movie. And number 9 is to watch any 90s movie or TV show episode. So those are all of the Readathon and Watchathon prompts. Plus, there are a bunch of bonus prompts. So, if you're joining in with one of the teams and you want to get competitive, this is where you can, do as many of the bonus prompts as possible and earn yourself some more pendants for your team. I'm not going to go through every single one of these because there are quite a lot, but I will mention a few of them. One of them is to read a host recommendation book. So all of the co-hosts have recommended a book. And my recommendation is April Fools by Richie Tankersley Cusick. I really wanted to pick a point horror book for my choice because, that's just super nostalgic for me. And then I realised April Fools, with it being old school April, would be quite the perfect choice. And I really enjoyed this one. It's a fun one. So if you're looking for a quick fun read, this is my recommendation, and it fits quite a few of the prompts as well. Another of the bonus prompts is to watch a movie that one of the hosts has recommended. So we've each recommended 2 movies, and my 2 are High Spirits and Ghost House, and they're both really fun. They're both from 1988, coincidentally, and High Spirits is one that I watched as a kid, and it's got Steve Guttenberg and Peter O'Toole. And fun fact, and I didn't know this till like a year ago or something after having been a fan of the film for a really long time, but it was written by Michael McDowell, the author of Cold Moon Over Babylon and The Elementals. Definitely a BookTube favourite. And he doesn't necessarily come up in the credits for having written this film, but he did. Thank you to my friend Brandon for pointing out that fun fact for me. So High Spirits is about an old castle in Ireland, and people visit it because it's supposedly haunted. But it turns out there aren't actually any ghosts there. And so the people running the hotel are doing all of these things behind the scenes to make it seem like it is haunted. But when a new group of people arrive to stay there, some actual real ghosts are stirred up, and yeah, craziness ensues. This one is really fun and yeah, just a really good time. And there are a couple of scenes that I remember when I watched it as a kid, they actually scared me. So that's always a good time. And then Ghost House is another, I guess, 80s supernatural film, coincidentally. And I'm a big fan of Italian horror, and this is definitely quite a wacky, zany example of that. And yeah, a bit of a lesser known one. So I figured I would use this as one of my picks because I think more people should check it out. And this is about a group of people who end up exploring this old house, and yeah, there's probably some kind of haunting going on there. And it also includes this terrifying clown doll, which is definitely very Poltergeist inspired. And it's also got this this one particular song that is repeated throughout the film, so you will definitely get that stuck in your head. I apologise in advance. Okay, I'll run through a few of the other bonus prompts just to give you an idea. So one of them would be to participate in 6 Sad April, which is the Instagram photo challenge hosted by Apple and Alchemy. Then we have eat or drink a nostalgic snack or beverage. We've got play a game that you used to play as a kid. We've got watch a movie or show starring someone you had a crush on back in the day. Build a pillow or blanket fort and take a picture inside it. So yeah, there's a bunch more bonus prompts, but all of the specific details will be below. So I think that's about it. I guess the main thing is that this is taking place during the whole month of April, so we wanted to get an announcement video up early so people can prepare for it, since it is like a whole month-long event. And you can join in to whatever degree you want to, whether that's just picking a few prompts here and there and having fun with it that way, or whether it's to go the whole hog, pick a team and join in with all of the prompts and bonus prompts and try and earn as many pendants as you can. Either way, I think this should be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm already putting together my TBR and TBW, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you soon. And as I mentioned, if you want me to also do some recommendations, I can do that too. So I think that's about it. Hopefully I have covered all of the relevant information. Everything else will be in the description below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And yeah, do remember to go check out everyone's videos so you can see who else is co-hosting, who is on the different teams, and what their recommendations are, book and movie wise, for those bonus prompts. I hope that some of you are going to join in with this. If you are, please do let me know, and if you share any videos related to Old School April, definitely let me know. I would love to check them out. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Bye!